Good Saturday morning, SWTOR. Glad to have you with us for another SWTOR Saturday. We are going to work our way through some Conquest and Galactic seasons today. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and thank everybody for an amazing game day. Last weekend we did our 24-hour stream for Extra Life. Now we're back to our normal, just 4 to 6 or 3 or however many hours we get in. As always, you can find the donation link in the description or the chat down below. We are definitely happy to still raise money for the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. We continue through the year. So for this year's campaign for 2024, you can donate all the way up to December 31st. And then January 1st, we start over again. What are we in now? I think our 5th or 6th year. 4 definitely making donations. We had a couple donations come in a little bit right after we logged off throughout the weekend. So we want to thank Dave Bowman and Tristan Vaughn for your generous donations. That pushed us up to 1,904. So we are really, really close. Let's see, let's find the right button. There we go. Really close to that 2,000 mark, and definitely a ways off of our 3,500 goal, but we still have a shot at it. So we'll keep pushing. So thank you again. You can donate at the QR code at the link on the screen, link in the chat, link in the description. That link is active 24/7, so you can donate when we're on stream or off stream. So what's the plan for today? Well, because I've been streaming so many other things, we have not been playing a whole lot of SWTOR. I don't even know. Yeah, I haven't even invaded a planet yet this week. So let's go ahead and do that. I've made some conquests for another guild I'm in, because I do like to support them as well. So I think I've made a couple 100,000 conquests for them, but we haven't done it for ourselves. Let's see. Galactic Seasons objectives. Yeah, we haven't completed any. So what have we gotten? Oh, 130,000 so far. So not even as much as I thought for them. But we're going to hit some Conquest stuff today. So where are we at? Well, Season 7 Conquest, or Galactic Season 7, we have completed the 100 levels. We have completed the bounty hunter stuff. We still need 31, 32 weeklies to get done, so that we get this. So that's really our last thing. We have still 100 days. So as long as we get one every 3 days, so 2 to 3 a week, we're going to be fine. So I'm not too worried about it. That's why I haven't been pushing all that hard. If I need to, I can always log in on a Sunday or something like that and knock some of the stuff out. Okay, so that is where we're at. What do we have on tap for today? We've got some space missions we could do. Don't know if we're actually going to go do the bosses because we've knocked out that achievement. We could run Onderon. That would actually be one Onderon with complete stuff. Missions as a smuggler. We're on our smuggler. So smuggler on Onderon would be a double dip. That's probably what we're going to do. We could run a couple flashpoints. That one will just happen. And then we'll probably go get Palan and run some stuff on him. Maybe we'll run the flashpoints on Palan, because they're relatively easy as a tank. Yeah, I think that's not a bad plan. So, let's go to Onderon. Do we want an Onderon? Yeah, Onderon as a smuggler won't be too bad. I'm trying to think it'd be better to do Onderon as a smuggler or a tank. Well, if you're in the chat and you would rather see one or the other, let me know. I should have it on both characters. I think that was one of the the global unlocks. Yep, we should be good to go. All right, let's start with the smuggler. Okay, here's where I'm torn. We have to run the 15 missions on both. I think it might be easier to do dailies on the smuggler, because being ranged is a lot better. Kyler, my friend, how you doing? We are back. Yep, back for our standard Saturday stream. Glad to have you with us as always. Yeah, let's do dailies. We'll do dailies on our smuggler because that'll be way easier. And then we'll jump over to Onderon. Yeah, I think that'll work. I was thinking Osis. Osis would be easier on our tank, but Osis wasn't on the list, I don't think so. Alright, let's warm up with some dailies. I haven't played this near as much as I usually do, so I'm not saying I'll be rusty, but we'll see. We'll see how we do. How's your weekend going so far? Are you doing anything So is it a long weekend for you? So happy Veterans Day to all of those who serve. We definitely appreciate that. I know many in my family have, so it is definitely appreciated. Monday is Veterans Day. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think you had mentioned something about it at one point. That's a little premature now. On my part, not yours. Jobs are not bad. I didn't pull that group, so drop that one. Got them all. Got a little aggressive on turning up. Yeah, that game has me absolutely hooked. It tickles some parts of my brain that are like I could just now base build. I think I'm gonna play again tomorrow because we're 3 milestones away from finishing the starter planet, and then we'll see where it goes. My worry is from a streaming standpoint, going on to the second planet is some different challenges. Like it seems to be a cold ice world. It's got blizzards instead of sandstorms. It's got less light, so you have to rely more on wind power. But I think beyond that, it's going to play relatively similar. I don't think there's going to be new items or anything like that. So I don't know if that's all that interesting for streaming. Now, I might do it just because building my second base, I've learned so much in that first base that I think I'll do it better. It'd also be nice to try to play through and not have 2 mass starvation events, because we're on our second mass starvation event. Don't know how much you've actually watched of the second stream. Yeah, it was 6 hours. I think I went to like 3 in the morning. That probably wasn't the best idea either, but I completely lost track of time. Okay, something I want to do here. Is it B3? Nope. War droid. Why would you not be? How about Basculus? There we go. We did get this customization as part of Galactic Seasons. And we should be able to just pull this down. Okay. So I've been running Bessie on all my characters in her orange customization. So let's take a look at her. So I like this look. We can pull that off. This is her stock look. It doesn't change the model. The model is the same. And you get the upgraded model by completing all of the missions for Bessie. So this is the look I've been running her on everything. But now we unlock this one. So let's see. Like this is the red Bessie. And for this character, because he's running black and red armor, I'm thinking we should coordinate, Bessie and I. You know what would be really cool is... Okay, so, Kyler, you often ask me about, like, little just game things. This would be so minor, I can't imagine it would be a priority. But let's make sure it doesn't do this. I don't think it would, but I think it would be cool if you could... Yeah, so, like, if you changed roles, the customization changed on your companion. Because then you'd have a visual indicator, if you wanted to set it up that way, obviously. Like, if when she was in damage mode, she was all red and angry. And when she was in, you know, heal mode, you know, she was running that customization. That would be a cool, just little thing. You used to be able to customize your companion's gear. I think actually you still can. She just doesn't have gear. So being able to do that would actually be kind of cool. Give a little bit of variety and things like that. The only weird part about that would be if you did it with customizations on other characters. Oftentimes that customization like changes their hairstyle, changes their skin color. That might be... You have to really suspend some disbelief to make it seem like that is something like... I'm a healer now, so I grew a beard and, you know, changed my skin tone. But that would be... Anyway, just thinking out loud. Let me catch up on chat here. New job... Yeah, and again, we might play through the second planet. I don't know. I haven't really planned out next week's streams. There is a new MMO that's getting a lot of talk right now. Oh man, what's it called? It's got a whole passive progression system. You might have seen it. I can't remember the name of it. As soon as I see it, I'll remember it. Is that what it is? If that's what it is. Yeah, I was looking at that. I don't know if I'm going to dig into that. I'd like to go back to Dolok Town and finish the demo. Although I'm torn on that because if I do decide to play that at launch, then that's when I would want to play it. Go beyond a new color and say... Yeah, that would be cool as well for a companion like this one. Yeah, I can't remember. I saved a story about it here. Let me check my news feed. You're probably right. My memory is just not. Let's see what I'm following in my saved stories. Because I think I just saved one last night. All right. Nope. It is Brighter Shores Studio asks players to have patience with the progression system. Yeah, I think it's Brighter Shores. And is it an MMO? I can't remember. I just know I've seen a couple headlines about, like literally the headline of this one is, please give it a chance. Brighter Shores Studio asks players to have patience with its unusual progression system. Promises is actually a lot of fun once you get used to it. So that's the headline of this article. So anytime I see something like that, you know, it tickles. It's funny. Professor H was on stream last night and had the realization of the whole name Deconstruction Gaming is because I love to dig in and deconstruct mechanics. So something like this, I don't know. I have to dig into it a little bit more, because if it's something that is listed under an MMO, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to want to drop a lot of money into a new MMO. But if they have a trial or free account or something like that, I might try that out. All right, let's get back to work here, I guess, while we're talking. I haven't seen the Ashes of Creation. I'll have to take a look at that. Is this something you're thinking about playing, or are you just going to stick with Guild Wars? And have you streamed anymore? It hasn't popped up on my feeds, but that could just be because I haven't been observant. You never can tell. Run, Bessie, run! Run away from the peoples! Hide behind this box. Okay, fight. Yeah, I haven't done my due diligence to even look to see what it was. I just know this is like the second or third time I've seen some kind of an article, headline, or blurb about the progression system. And I can't even tell you what they all were. Oftentimes, like one of my, we'll call it a ritual, is before I go to bed, I'll just do a pass through the For You news feed on Google on my dev account. And basically, usually I just look at the headlines. If an article really, really intrigues me, I'll watch it right there. And sometimes that's all the farther I get. I save that story because it's a cool headline. But it does keep me like keeping up on some themes. And so when I see something ping a bunch of times, now obviously the algorithm is gearing towards what I want to see, so the fact that stories are repeating is not surprising. But that's one I've seen pop up here a few times relatively recently. But I haven't dug into it yet. Cool. You gonna stay with Guild Wars, or? Yeah, it is. It's a time sink. It's one of those that, like, it's as big of time sink plus, because it's like you got the time sink of playing the game itself, which sucks up some time. But then you also have to set up all the streaming stuff. For me, I have to make new thumbnails, but I got that down to, that actually happens pretty quick. I've built enough of them that mostly it's a screenshot, editing the screenshot if I have to remove anything, deciding what text I want to put on it, and then putting it all together in Photoshop, so it's not too bad. You've intrigued me enough that I know every time I watch your stream, I'm tempted. If it wasn't for my I can barely handle one MMO at a time policy, I'd probably be playing right now. Oh, Bessie looks good in the shadows in that red. That looks really good. I'll have to see what she looks like in more light, because this room has a red light tint to it. So, but yeah, that customization looks good there. Yeah, I'll have to go up. I'll go up and watch if you got an hour in the other day. Don't mind. See, now you're making it even more appealing, though, because I love playing early games, alpha games, and stuff like that. Although it could be under NDA, which means I couldn't stream it. I've thought about that. Like, I'm signed up for the Stars Reach alpha. And I'm guessing that one is probably under NDA. So now I'm actually torn. It's like, if I get in, do I want to put time into the alpha if I can't stream it? So I'd be torn on if I got into an alpha and couldn't actually stream. So closed versus open, I guess, would be the differentiator. We need 5. That's always fun. I know that I fall victim of kind of just the general, either just comfortability, or you've done things enough times it's just like your default to force yourself to stretch outside of your normal choices, your normal factions, your normal progression, your normal play. Can sometimes open up some weird things. I know even this game, if you play some of the Sith-based classes, Force classes, some of the light side choices are entertaining. They make for some cool cutscenes and dialogue and such. So do factions affect the gameplay a lot, or just mostly the differences in story and lore and background that you're gonna get? I'll admit, outside of watching you stream, I really haven't spent a lot of time looking at what Guild Wars is. I've always known of it. I just never hit my rotation. Oh man, I can tell my driving is rusty. That was horrible. Can't even fly. Combat rotations still feel alright. Yeah, if other people are streaming it, that's what I need to check. I need to jump up to YouTube, but like the devs put out some gameplay footage. As a game developer yourself, you'll appreciate this. Check out the Playable Worlds YouTube channel. I'm just gonna give them a shout out here. Let's see, YouTube. I just watched this the other day. They did a dev blog on Stars Reach. Here, I'm just gonna pull the video. Videos. It's called. Oh, it is not on Playable Worlds. Alright, there must be a Stars Reach YouTube channel then. Well, I'm feeling good. I'm subscribed to both, so I must have some interest in it. Let's see. It is called Stars Reach. No. Visual update. No. Movement vlog. Let's pop this up and not get copyright claims. So, oh, it's an ad anyway. Alright, I'm going to throw this in the chat. I think that was a bad link. We don't want to... Alright, you guys shouldn't be able to hear that, so I think I'm alright. It put the link in at, like, the end of the video, because that's where I watched it, I think. Can we just do that? Well, this has gotten more complex than it was meant to be. There we go. Okay, that's a clean link. Anyway, so what it is... Oh, you probably already found it. What it is he walks through the whole prototyping phase and prototyping that they went through, and at least at a surface level. But you know, he goes over in a 13-minute video what took months to do. So obviously there's more detail than what they're going to apply here. But he talks through. He actually shows some of the test arenas that they built and things like that. I'm probably going to reference this in my design classes. I think I liked it. Now I do like Raph as a designer. Not everybody probably does, but so maybe I have a bias. But yeah, if you are into game dev or game design, it's definitely a cool watch, right? Because again, they go through. He talks about, you know, what the original plans were, what things changed. There's a couple movement things that they changed based off of the testing that they did. But really, what I liked about it is it really shows what design is, right? It's not just I had a great idea and we made it. You know, this is just movement. That's all this one's about, and all the things they tried, how it impacted other aspects of the game, and things like that. I think it really shows the depth and just thought that gets put into game design. So I enjoyed it. And if you're watching that instead of me right now, that's fine as well. Although he has 3.3 thousand views on his video, and I don't have that on mine. So he should be linking to me. That's probably not going to happen. Actually, what if I just search for Stars Reach? I'm going to guess there's not a whole bunch of... Yeah, there's a trailer. Here's somebody that played for 2 hours, but that's just probably commentary. Raph's vision. Yeah, everything that's coming up. Here's somebody that's posting their initial reaction. It's a 48-minute video, and it looks to be in-game footage. Don't know for sure on that one. Everything we know. I don't see a lot of streamers. I would love to get in, and if you can stream it, I would probably play quite a bit. I don't see a lot of streams on it though, so may still be under NDA. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I have seen that one. So many games, so little time. They didn't even get a hit in on this.
But I'm glad it's done. I owe you one. So take these credits. The Republic honors its debts.
Alright, that clears Coruscant. Where to next? Well, the first thing we're going to do is get out of here. So we can't travel out of the instance, I don't think. I need to find me a gaming benefactor that just lets me stream all day and pays me to do it. If you're out there, hit me up. Let me know. Let's see. That should put us around 50,000 Conquest. 52. Alright, that means CZ and Zyos probably. Those are two of the quickest dailies. We can rip through those relatively fast. Here's somebody moving around in my house. Hopefully it's family. All right, so haven't really been talking about mechanics too much today. If you've watched my streams any at all, you've seen me run this content multiple times. Let's talk about the idea of dailies, though. You know, the general concept of dailies is, I would guess most people aren't going to run these for the activity itself, right? Once you've done these however many times, we're probably not getting anything out of the actual run. But that being said, there is an incentive to do them. So let's talk about the two sides. First off, the incentive. Why would you want to do content that's the same every time you do it? And it's literally called a daily. So it's designed to be run every day. Well, there's going to be some kind of reward. In this case, we're only doing this for Conquest. So Conquest will get us a set of rewards based off of whatever, you know, we're trying to do. So there's individual rewards and there's guild-based rewards. So there's also incentive to run Conquest for your guild, because then they'll help unlock your guild flagship. So kind of a whole incentive system built into that. If you just enjoy the combat, there's maybe some incentive built into that as well. So there are reasons to do it. It just kind of depends. But again, it's probably not for the story of CZ or whatever is going on. Which brings us to the design aspects of things. As a designer, you could make this experience much more engaging by changing stuff up, randomizing things. And they tried that with one. There are the... Oh man, which one is it called? You get them down in the combat hangar. I'll have to look it up. I haven't run those in years. It's kind of like the encounters are the same, but they mix and match them. It's a flashpoint. It's not necessarily a daily, but Kua Drive Yards. So this one's interesting in that it's if I remember right, it's 3 phases. There's your first phase, your second phase, and the boss fight. And each of those phases you could get something different, and there's like 2, 3, or 4 different options, right? And then each of those have subtasks and things. So it's kind of a cool little system, but a little bit less predictable. And if you're achievement chasing, it really gets annoying when you're down to, I only need this one boss or something like that, but you're getting randomly other bosses and stuff. So anyways, get back to so here's CZ. Every time I run CZ, it's going to be the same. The only variance is going to be other players doing stuff. So for instance, if somebody's already killed this group or gotten that crate or something like that. But because it is a daily and it's meant to be run for some other reward, in general, your mindset is going to be to get through it quickly, right? We're not doing this for the deep lore and story. So the more the same it is, the more predictable things are. Actually, that is a good thing, and because it's the purpose of the item. Now, one thing they do Like CZ has this, CZ198, for those of you that, you know, it's easy to use too many abbreviations. The first time you do it, there is a story. You talk to somebody on Fleet, they send you over here, there's 2 flashpoints linked to it. There's a whole story arc for it. And then once you do that story, it becomes a daily. And so a lot of the daily areas that we run are that way. There was a story for the first playthrough, so you get that story content, but then it becomes a daily area for these purposes. And that's true of all these, right? Like if we come up here and look at Black Hole, Section X, Oricon, McKeb's a whole big one. Zios is a huge story. Yavin 4, that's part of Revan. Iocathosis, Onderon, Rishi, Manon, Runic, Kessen's Landing. They all had an original story, and then they became a daily area afterwards. So that's kind of cool. Alright, don't know if there was any point to that general conversation, but let's turn that one on. Ooh, somebody's gonna get an extra 16,000 at some point. Alright, what do we need? We're at 14. It would be nice. I don't know if it'd be nice if you broke into my home, but I haven't checked my email today. I've been signed up since, like, I think it had to be the first couple days of when they released the sign-ups. I misclicked. Yeah, this fight has gone very rusty. Definitely feeling a little bit of being away from it. Yeah, I haven't gotten anything. I did get an email at one time that they had somehow messed up their lists, and they apologized for that. So I don't know if that messed up my thing. This is a marketing thing, so I don't want to blame the game for it. I'll admit, though, I have a little bit of an emotional reaction to every time I get an email from them. Like, the emails is saying, hey, you know, we're adding stuff, this is happening in the game, stuff like that. That's cool. The ones that have, we'll say, just annoyed me a little bit are the ones that I get where it's like, hey, go have your friends sign up for the alpha. It's like, you haven't even let me into the alpha yet. Why would I want other people to get in line that might get in ahead of me? So, but I think they've also kept that pretty small. I don't think they've probably let a lot of people in yet, because it's still early in development. So I'm not mad by any means. And I completely understand. Like, the logical part of my brain goes, sure, they want to get that pool up as big as it can be. So why not engage in the people who have shown interest to bring in more people that would show interest? It makes perfect sense. But I will admit, like, I would be more motivated to share a link to sign up for the alpha if I was already in the alpha and enjoying the game, right? Like, right now I'm mostly going off just press stuff. I don't know why I'm feeling a little ranty today. But I send them no ill will. I hope they do well. I don't even know where I'm at on all my currencies. I haven't played so much. That one's okay. That one's okay. Yeah, we're not going to cap anything today, so we should be fine. Let's head to Ziost. Yeah, I like that kind of system, right? Like, reward the people who are playing and, have them bring in other people. Because probably your best group of people you're going to bring in would be based off of, hey, I'm playing this game. I have a friend who I think would enjoy it. There is some power in bringing in, complete strangers. Because you don't just want an echo chamber of everybody who is going to love the game. You do want differing opinions and different play styles and stuff like that. But I think you can do both. What I'm about to say, you'd have to be careful with. But you could even incentivize it, right? Like, give that free code out, and then if you fill out, so many reports or
some holler records stored in these.
Do so many of the events, or whatever they're doing in testing, that earns you more keys to send out. Don't know if I can't think of any I've been in where that happens. Blue Sky's launch was when it was invite only. I don't think there was an incentive. I think it was just a time-based thing. Like I would get a key like every week or something like that. Eventually I had enough that anybody who asked me for one, I had like 3 or 4 usually at any one time. So I could just give them out. It's open now, so it doesn't matter, but... Oh, we're 2 for 2. Give me 3. Give me 3. Come on. Come on. I don't think I've ever gotten 4 with no combat. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. We're skipping bodies. We just want the 4. Come on. Come on. Come on. No! 3. I don't know if doing them all in a row like that makes any difference, but we all have our superstitions. I felt a sneeze coming on, but it did not manifest. And then we got the strong version instead of the weak version. Guess we were due. If you get 3 easies, you can do a hard. Still probably faster than 4 normals or 4 elites. Try now to think about what kind of alpha structure do I like. I'll use 3 examples. We'll start with playable worlds. Very closed, invite only, because they are wanting to keep that number down. They don't want just anybody to sign up. So the difference between open and closed, completely understand that. Then you've got the early access style, where either early access for free or early access where you actually pay for it. So the Last Starship is in that category. It's an early access, but I bought the game. Now I think most of them, and I think this one's that way as well, I have access to the full game once it ever releases. So if you're going to buy the game anyway, buy it in early access and be a part of that. But that can go both ways. I was just talking to my oldest boy about Kerbal Space Program 2, which hit early access, but it was like full price, like $60 or something like that. They've changed developers. It hasn't been updated. It arguably is worse than Kerbal Space Program 1 with mods. If I had bought that for $60 and development kind of stalled, I mean, it's your choice to join in early access, but that would be frustrating. I can see frustration on that. I achieve things. I'm an achiever. Or is it the other way? I'm an achiever. I achieve things. I can't remember. Oh, we completely skipped the macro binocular thing because I was chasing the droids. So. That's okay. We can do that on our way out. Yeah, for sure. Like, I completely support it. I think as a function, if you are, as a developer, are honest for what you are using it for, right? Like, if you are going to early access a game that is just, we'll just say, content-wise not playable, you know, it's more prototype and demo-y. If you're honest with that up front, I would join early accesses like that, because I like to see those pieces come in. Even the last Starship, the game that they launched with an early access Alpha 1 to what it is now in Alpha 11, the core is still the same, but there's whole different modes. You know, it's different. They've changed it quite a bit. So yeah, as long as you go into it with that. And then the thing I like about it is that for an indie studio especially, maybe not so much for AAA, but for an indie studio, it is a way to get at least somewhat of a revenue stream going to help keep the funding for the development happening, right? You're not going to get, hopefully, you know, hopefully it's like everybody who would play the game at launch played in early access, so you don't sell it anymore. You know, I definitely think for a casual player, early access games isn't probably something you'd want to get into. Or if you did, do it like, you know, later in the thing. Like, okay, we're at release candidate. We think this is the game we're going to release. So, you know, it's like 3 to 6 months before launch. You know, maybe pick it up then. So they might still do some weird polish things, but that being said, though, for me, I love watching the process. So for me, it's fun. Like, I'm almost impatient for them to release Alpha 12 because I want to stream it again. I enjoy playing the game, but we're kind of at the point where we hit the end of the content that's available. You know, I can always just run missions. It's not like I couldn't do something, but if they make some changes in Alpha 12, I want to play through that. I want to see those changes. I want to see the differences. And I'll probably do a full playthrough again, right? Because depending on what those changes are, it could make the whole feel of the game different. You know, if they change the way the drones work, or the way power is routed, or the way the pipes work, or add things like valves and switches, that's going to completely change the experience. And so, yeah, I'd be happy to do full playthroughs again. So I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to get another alpha in before the end of the year. I haven't seen anything. Come on, there we go. My auto run button wasn't working. But yeah, it's one of those that I know they slowed their cadence down. They were doing releases. Let's see, what the game hit Alpha 1, I think in January or February of 2023. And they've slowed down the last couple. So yeah, I think they were doing a alpha release like every month or two, something like that. And I'm trying to remember. I think the last one was end of August. End of August or into September. So yeah, I think it would be cool. I would love to, over the holidays, do some last Starship streaming. If they got an alpha in by the end of the year. Now, I could also see some wisdom in not releasing an alpha right before the holidays and then take a break yourself and not be around to answer questions. But on the flip side, if you release an alpha around the holidays, people do have more time to play. So we'll see. End of year, beginning of next year, I would guess. I'll have to check that today and see if there's any news coming out about a potential release date. What I really need to do is sit down and start just planning out what I'm going to stream more than a day in advance. Usually I figure that out the night before or the day of the stream. Like, I just look at my library like, what should I do? Alright, this should pop Conquest for us. Yep. How much did we overshoot? 113. Not too bad. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it is a two-way street. You can't put an alpha out there, have people give you feedback, and then tell them they're wrong. That's what intrigued me with that headline. You know, that game that I was talking about earlier with the progression system. Now, this is the headline of the writer, so it doesn't necessarily mean that the devs said this, but, you know, it was something along the lines of the devs saying, it's fun if you give it a chance, and that's kind of, it ranks right up there with, like, you're not playing the game correctly. It's like, well, you may have designed it for a certain way, and I respect that, but you can't tell players how to play. And so we are in the business of creating engaging player experiences. And if you put something out there and players play it the way they want to play it, oh, we don't want to sell that. Buy that back. You can't really complain about how players play. I mean, you can, I guess, if you want to, but it's kind of part of the way the system works. All right, let's see. Man, I'm having to think about my process a little bit more than I normally do. A lot of what we're doing right here is so almost just muscle memoried in at this point that I forget that it actually is actions that I need to think about. Yeah, I agree. The thing I do love about early access is getting to see the process. And from different perspectives. Like, each dev team is different. So you will see different things. Alright, let's go grab Palon. Console versus PC. Yeah, oh man, the last set of consoles, the last generation of consoles that I regularly played on was my 360 and my Wii. Those were the two. So I'm mostly playing on the PC. I'm not anti-console. It's not that by any means. It is definitely just a convenience factor. Okay, let's see. No, we don't need Conquest. We need... I think we're going to Osis with this guy. Alright, well, we got 2 done. What did we get? We got the smuggler missions, and we hit 200,000. Alright, we can do some combat. Probably not going to do that one, so let's take it off. Okay, we'll run Onderon, so we'll get that one done. Oh, we could do 2 flashpoints as well on Palon. And then we should get this one, so Onderon will get us that one. So we'll knock 2 out here, do an Onderon. Although I don't know that we'll make Conquest. Oh man, let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, I can see that. And I don't know. I've never, trying to think if I've ever done a alpha or beta on a console. I don't think so. Again, it's been a long time since I played consoles, so. Yeah, and we've made that point earlier as well. Like, I can't keep up on released games, let alone playing alpha games and stuff like that. So I think it does take a certain mindset. It's not for everybody. Yeah, that should be more than enough missions. Yeah, the mixed reviews doesn't surprise me. Like I said, it's the fact that I'm seeing a whole bunch of articles about the progression system means it's not, well, I mean, I guess you could say if it was universally hated or universally triumphed as the next best thing, you'd see articles about that too, but it definitely feels like there's some controversy there. Don't know. Although I need to jump back in. I don't know how much more I'm going to play Bitburner, but I really need to jump back in because I set up tons of stuff and it's just been idly making me money. And I haven't logged in since the last stream. And I don't want to. I want to save it so it all hits when we stream. Oh, I have my companion as a healer, so it's going so slow. So maybe I'll do a short stream at some point. Just that's what I might need to start doing with all these like games that I have a little bit going on in, is figure out a way to just do update streams or maybe videos. Maybe I could start doing videos for that instead of streams. Like do a half an hour Bitburner video of like, okay, we're going to check our offline and we're going to do this one task or something like that, or raise a certain skill, or yeah, I don't know. I think Bitburner is a game I could see myself playing more of. Not sure if it's gonna stay in the stream rotation because at this point the audience would be watching me code, because that's kind of where we're at now. We'd have to start building more scripts and stuff. Oh yeah, I would guess so. Like I think I made $1 billion when I had my other scripts running. And then this has been longer, and instead of just attacking noodles now, I have 25 servers, and my home machine I upgraded to 512 gigabytes of RAM, which means I have 292 attack scripts running on Joe's guns on my machine alone. And then I've got 25 servers, I think all running 3 on Joe's guns. But I didn't put those into my like super aggressive. I just kept those as a stock script. Oh, I think we missed one. We missed Chuckles. So 292 plus 75. So that'd be what? 267? If I did the math right. So I have 267 scripts. No, 367. 367 scripts. All generating income right now. Plus the ones that are still attacking noodles. That one hasn't gone away either. Okay, yeah, that went red. Yeah, so I've been tracking the data on Bitburner. The first video went through, I'm not want to call it a viral moment, it was very tiny, but it spiked up like compared to my normal view rate. It probably was hitting 10 times the views I get on a stream after I stream. But that lasted like 2 days, and then it dropped back down. But that being said, I think you're hitting on something there as well, because while it got a lot of views, its retention rate wasn't all that good. So I think people are like, ooh, I wonder what this is, and then saw that it's like all text and no graphics and stuff like that. I have to say that because I don't think it's a hate me. I hope it's that it didn't hate me. But yeah, I didn't actually... watch time wasn't near as good on it as some of my other videos. And then the funny part, the thing I find funny is tracking the data, which I also enjoy. Is the videos, like which videos take off. So for instance, in the original last project, or last Starship, the Black Hole Sun video, which I think is the second one in the single ship build, is the best performing one out of all of them. In the multi-ship, I've got, I think, 2. I think the first one that's doing well is the first video, which that makes some sense. And then I think there's another one that's kicked up as well. And then some barely get any views. So I don't know if it's probably, I'm small enough that it's just variances in the algorithm, I would guess. But yeah, the last Starship stuff's actually
now
probably
that the torch is
done.
lit, take it into their lair and light
Probably
the
done the
ceremonial
best for me.
fire. Be quick about it, though.
But
The
I
torch
did
will
also
go out
stream
in a
like
couple of minutes.
10 to 12 of those, so we were all in on that. Planet Base has done pretty well so far. I can't, it's only 2 days in, so we'll see. We'll see if that continues, but so far I'm going to say the response, but the data is showing some interest there. And the other thing I found really interesting is those 2 videos I was talking about for the last Starship. Their retention rates for me are actually really good as well. Like, at the halfway point, and these are all like 4-hour streams, right? So at the halfway point on those videos, I think I'm still around pushing 50% of the viewers are still watching at the halfway point, that's crazy. But then others, I definitely get a drop off in the first 20-30 minutes, which again, that's all. I don't have a problem with that. It's like, if you watched 20 minutes and enjoyed it, cool. But yeah, I know even for me, it's difficult to watch content that's like 3 and 4 hours long. So that's why I'm gonna have to find that balance. Like, I think as the live stream, longer live streams are nice because you get to have conversations, people pop in and out. I think the format works really well. As a VOD to try to get views and watch time on later on, I'd probably be better off if I was doing shorter stuff, right? Like 1 to 2 hour streams versus 4 to 5 hour streams. Yeah, I was actually surprised on BitBurner as well. We'll see. I try to watch the data, and I'm going to try to respond to it in a way that gives people what they're interested in. Oh, holy cow, Bessie. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to your health. That is why that I started playing Planet Base, though. That is purely a Professor H request. And it's like, you know what? If one of my regulars says, go play this game, I wouldn't do it if I would hate the game. I'll admit to that. I'm not going to do it just because somebody asked me to, but that is definitely the type of game I would play anyway. Actually, I've played 2 games that are, I think I don't know that they were directly inspired by Planet Base, but they play very similar. One's called Off-World Trading Company, something like that. The other one's called Surviving Mars. They feel similar. I mean, they're dome-based base builders, so. But they came out after, so I know that Planet Base wasn't inspired by them. But I'm sure there's plenty of others that play that way. It's relatively known genre of gaming. Oh, missed the door. Okay, I was trying to read chat and navigate at the same time and failed at both. I didn't get chat read and I missed the hallway. Yeah, I think the programming part is what probably got people in. I know that this week I've been kind of playing around with, like, the title that I'm going to put when I live stream versus the title that might want to be when it's a video are slightly different sometimes. And so I've actually gone through and updated my titles, and I'm seeing a little bit of a response for that. I think they're actually ranking better. Because after the stream, I also have a better idea of what's in the stream. When I go into a stream, sometimes I don't know 100% what's going to be in it, so I can tailor them a little bit better that way. It could be. It might be one of those. But what's interesting is, let me pop it up here. You know, I could see getting some traction because of the search term, right? But on the flip side, if you're just looking for the song and you come across a Spaceship 2D game, I can't imagine you would click on it unless you're interested in both. Let's see. Content. It's slowed down here recently. So I think Black Hole Sun may have run its course. And now it'll get closer to more of a trickle. Okay, let's see. Analytics. Yeah, so it went through its surge was from day 7 to day 16. So I had about a 9-day run of, we'll call it a 30%, 30 to 45% increase. And then from day 16 to day 25, it's flattened out a lot. But during that run, yeah, the watch time is actually very similar as well. And yeah, the retention's dropped a bit now. So I think it may have run its course. Let's see. First 7, so October 22nd to October 31st. Let's change the data. October 22nd to the 31st. That doesn't change the retention graph. I was hoping to see the retention graph just on those days, but so yeah. But again, this one's got almost 20% that make it to the end of the video. That's 3 hours and 44 minutes. So I'll take that. That's doing pretty well. I've been trying to start to do some research on what should my retention rates be. And, obviously you'll see everything from like 30% to 90% is good, but I will take 20 to 30% at the end of a 4-hour video. That's not too bad. And I definitely have videos that is in the single digits, so that's probably one of my better ones. But yeah, the search term might be driving some traffic, or drove some traffic to it. Yeah, the fiery torch on your back. But it's a ritual. You have to respect the ritual, my friend. Your newfangled glow bat technology cannot change the ritual. Respect our venerated rituals and customs. I knew I should have just stood at that one spawn point that I know where it's at, because I can never find the other ones. There's one. Yeah, only had to fight once. It's not too bad. Now you've got the Black Hole Sun song stuck in my head. Nothing wrong. Not what I thought I would be singing this morning. Can't see my target. I can see him right there. There's a big name above his head. Makes it hard to hide in the trees. Come on, Bessie, do your job. You got him. That's right. Oh, there's another one back there. No wonder you were being slow. You're fighting two. That's unfair. My apologies to you. Alright, you take out the medic, I'll take out the heavy. Or we'll just ignore the medic. How about that? I hit my attack button before I got off my speeder, so Bessie did not exist.
That seems to have some coordinates.
So she couldn't attack what she cannot, or she wasn't around to see. Two medics. This group's overly cautious. Five or six. Ugh, I'm slowed. All right, let's go get the slowed again. Bonus mission should be up here. Something done. Oh yeah, I think it was the blowing up the surveillance equipment or whatever it is we were doing out there in the woods. Greetings.
You shouldn't be in here.
That's
You
it?
made a mistake coming. Now you'll die for it.
Think you got that the wrong way around, my friend. Point. The old hilt bash. You didn't see it coming, did ya? I'll give you respect. You did some damage. Alright, I think we're looking for a green circle now. In the jungle. Alright. Next is the data pads. I'll leave it there for a second. If you want to read it, you can pause. I've read them all before, but at this point, so this is going back to our daily area discussion. They are just now a thing I click. I don't think about the story as much anymore. Hold it there for a second. That way, if you wanna follow the story, you can. Now it's just a matter of getting the things clicked so we can move forward with the mission. I think this one's sometimes over here. Yep. I think there's 2 locations. Oh, I didn't leave that one up very long. There you go for the people who are pausing. Or if you want to make weird anomalies in my data, just rewind and watch that section over and over and over again to read the thing. That makes weird little spikes in the... There it is. Alright, there's the last entry. I'm going to... Ugh! Reminds me of a scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. He would just say ugh. He wouldn't carve ugh. But that's what it says. It says ugh. Or arg or whatever sound they would make. I think we're looking for another clue to the Beast Trail, which should be a green circle. Usually around some piece of equipment, body, skeleton, or something along those lines. Oops, I think we got ourselves outside the area. There it is. That would be around footprints, it looks like. But again, my brain is just click the circle because that's what we're trying to do. Can I get it before it dies? Sometimes if you're killing the things too fast, what you can do is put your companion over on heals, so they're doing less damage. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get to this one. Bessie might kill it before. Nope, we got him. That was close. Alright. Let's see. Where is the other cage? As many times as I've run this, you'd think I'd be better at finding the cages. Or maybe they are randomized a little bit. I don't know. Okay, so now let's see. We've got 5 of 8. We want to be careful not to turn the beast in before we get the bonus. Otherwise, we'll lose the bonus. So fight that group first, and then get stuck on a light pole. There we go. I knew that was going to happen. All right, we're down to 3. I think we're down to 3. Got the beast, the Mandalorians, and then the last, whatever these intruders in the caves are. Oh, there it is. Okay. Couldn't see the... I was missing the thing on the map there. I'm like, did I miss a step? Let her have it. I see. How many were we up to? Complete space missions, harvest nodes. Actually, I think we've already knocked out the 15 mission one. Make sure we get that done though. That's good for Conquest. Yeah, already got that one done. There are lots of missions on Onderon. And I think bonus missions also count. Weeklies might as well. Bessie's dropping the hammer on some people today. I said we gotta leave this Bessie orange because orange matches this outfit. Gotta space Barbie it up. Ooh, they almost got her. Alright, what are we at? 3 of 8. So again, if you want to do the bonus mission, just make sure you don't loot until you finish this if you're close. But we haven't really gotten that good of a drop rate on the other one. What are we up to? 5? 5 of 8. There we go. 7 of 8. Just need one more. Which one of these is going to give it? The hunter did. Okay. Off we go. And the button I'm using for my auto run on my mouse seems to be having some issues. Scroll wheel as well. I think this mouse is maybe getting close to retirement. The scroll wheel works most of the time, but occasionally, yeah, it's not doing it now. It'll like bounce back and forth. So there's a contact or something in there that is probably a bit worn. I watched a video on how to, I think I'm in too far. A video on how to tear it apart and put another one in, but not sure if that's worth it. Ooh, lightsaber v lightsabers. And the poor scout who just has a sword. Alright, on the run is done. How are we doing on Conquest? 68? That's not bad if we're doing a single planet. We knocked out... Yeah, we got the defeat enemies done. Alright, so we have flashpoints, space missions. Actually, that's the last two that I have listed here. That'll get us to 6. Alright, let's relax a bit with some space missions. Let's go to our ship. I haven't been on the Jedi ship in a while. And what does my ship loadout look like on this character? My agent, I think, on the Imperial side is the one that has my best equipment, but we're just going to do the starting mission 3 times, so it won't really matter. It's designed for... Okay, so ship. Where is the ship menu? I don't remember. It's not in the queue. Oh, it's on this end. Okay. I was like, where's that one interface? It's this one. There it is. I don't think there's a hotkey for it. Yeah, grade 5. So I don't think I'm top of the line, but close enough. Alright, so we're going to do Fondor Escort. We're going to sit back a little bit, get into a comfortable flight position. So this is the original Space Combat that shipped with the game. So it's an on-rail shooter. While you can upgrade your systems, and you need to for some of the harder ones, you know, I can't decide where I'm going to fly. I can decide where I'm going to fly around on the screen. But beyond that,
moving to intercept.
It's going to drive me where it wants me to be.
Who needs targeting computers?
And so you've got a couple of things going on here. First off, there are missiles behind my camera. So I'm going to turn my camera off real quick. There's also, not very conveniently stacked up, the mission, basically, up there. So there's 2 things there. There's the escort the shuttle. So the shuttle just has to survive. That's the main thing. Then there is a bonus mission to take out the fighters. So many fighters. Then I think there's a bonus mission for destroying these weapons as well. Yeah, turrets. So. And we should easily get both of those. Yeah, we're down to 1 turret left.
Targeting
So there was the turrets. Now we need 25 fighters. Now you don't have to do this to beat the mission, so. But it gives you an additional challenge. Now again, this is the first of these missions that you get, so it's probably the easiest. That's why we're doing it. But again, we're in daily grind mode right now. It doesn't look like I have all the equipment on this guy. We've got the jamming. There's an EMP pulse you can get, so I don't think I have that one. So he's not fully upgraded. Then you can send power to your lasers, power to your shields, or just keep them equalized like we have it right now. Oh, and then I'm saying all this stuff, and you can't see that either. There we go. Turn all the things off. So up here, you can see the power to shields, power to blasters, my shielding, my armor, all that kind of stuff is up there.
Retreat is their only option.
Whee! Let's do a flyby. Permission to buzz the tower. There we go. Now we have to do it 2 more times. Anyway, these were actually in the early days when leveling was a little bit tougher and you get under leveled sometimes. These missions were actually pretty good to keep you leveled up. So there's a bunch of them. So then after the original launch, eventually they put in another set of them that are heroics, and they are tough. Even with a fully upgraded ship, you really have to... It's kind of a similar, I think, thought process to bullet hell games, maybe. I don't play them. That Scram game that we played would fall into this category. It's like you have to start to memorize where things are going to be and know ahead of time. Okay, so like this mission's going to be exactly the same. Like there's no randomness to the fighters, anything like that. It is an on-rail shooter with predictable things. So like at this point, those 3 ships are always going to show up there. These ships are always going to show up here. This ship's about to jump in here. Always going to happen, right? And so, for the harder ones, you basically have to start to learn where things are, what's going to jump in, when it's going to jump in, and almost be one step ahead of the encounter. You have to know when X is going to attack you, when to use maybe your shields or your jamming thing. Once you get it down, it's not too hard. They are pretty brutal.
Why are we moving toward them?
And don't even try it if you don't have the upgraded systems and stuff. But really, there's this mode, there's the escort mode, there's I think there's a defend a base mode, there's an attack a base mode. I mean, they're all a little bit different, so. We're in the clear now. There's one where you attack a capital ship. There's a whole bunch of different. You attack space stations. We've also upgraded our missiles so they one-shot kill the ships now. I just held my right button down, and then when I release, it'll fire all 4. And then it has to reload the missiles. And then there is a proton torpedo you can get. I don't think I have it on this ship either.
The Force is with us.
I'll let them turn around so they can see it coming. There you go, my friends. You guys too. Turn around so you see the missile coming. Oh, we got close enough that this ship started firing at the enemies. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Probably. But 2 down, 1 to go. So this actually is same conversation we had earlier. Like, these 3 space missions, I'm not playing these for the story at this point. I'm playing them to check off the Galactic Seasons requirement, right? Now, I do find them relaxing. There's something to be said for just being overpowered. You know, so while there are lots of times when a challenge in gaming is what you're looking for, it's a big part of what we're doing. There are definitely other times with just mindless destruction. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just holding the left mouse button down. Now when you're shooting like this, your shields don't recharge. So it is something that if you're playing harder content, you might want to be a little bit careful with.
Retreat is their only option.
Like here, eventually we're going to see our shields start to take some hits. There we go. So you can see the bottom of the upper left-hand corner. You can see the bottom of the blue ring. There's a little chunk missing there. Even the constant sound of the blasters. What's the opposite of ASMR?
Why are we moving toward them?
We're getting a little bit of that. Woo!
Enemy destroyed.
Oh, we took another shot. I think we've only been hit like twice. We'll take some shot when this next Star Destroyer jumps in. Or will he just shoot with the shuttle? He might just shoot with the shuttle.
Sorry, friend.
Yeah, so we've taken, what, maybe an eighth of our shields are gone? Alright, so if I quit shooting now, you're going to see the shield will start to recharge. If I really needed the shield recharge, I could turn that up, so less, you do less damage, but you get more shields. And again, on the harder content, you have to do some of that as well, right? Okay, for this section, I'm going to get hit a lot, so let's lower our blaster fire. We'll use our missiles. We'll turn our shields up. Nothing wrong with a little mindless destruction, right? Yeah, I think it's... I'm always an advocate for what is it you're looking to get out of the experience. The player experience is what matters. And even within the same game, there are days where I want story. There are days where I just want to walk around and shoot things. And both are valid. You know, they're both valid pursuits. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. Like, that was pretty relaxing in the grand scheme of things. Alright, let's turn this stuff back on. Go back to our stronghold. And obviously, in watching me play games, the achievement-driven check off, get the 3 missions done, is a part of my general play style. All right, let's check. Let's open this back up. 2 flashpoints, but which ones? They always tell us which ones. Maelstrom Prison and Terror 5. Those actually two have a story wrapped around them as well. Which I wonder if we've done the story on this character. Let's go up to Fleet and see. Because if we haven't done the story, we might as well get the story done. I might have, but... Yeah, it's... There's something satisfying as part of it, but it's... I don't know. Being able to progress something, you know, there's definitely a sense of achievement there. Accomplishment, you know, whatever word you want to throw into it, even if it's virtual. All right, so I can't remember if there's a Herald quest for this or not. So we're going to run around Fleet, see what we can find. Clockwise seems logical. Now again, I played this character. This was my main tanking character when I was running content with a guild. So there's a good chance I've actually done this story on this character. This was my main for a long time. Alright, there's CZ. So, see, there's no mission there. Which means I've done the CZ story. I've done the Directive 7 story. So I'm going to say I've probably done it. Flashpoint. If I've done K on Under Siege, almost guarantee you that I've done Maelstrom Prison. Yep, I'm pretty sure we've done it. Alright, that means back to the stronghold we go. And we'll just do these. Hopefully I remember the order. Maelstrom Prison and Terror 5. Let's read them. Okay, Oteg recruited you. Master Oteg recruited you for a top secret mission into the Empire's impregnable Maelstrom Prison and free a captive Jedi. Maelstrom Prison and free a captive Jedi with the vital information the enemy is planning, as you now have the means to navigate the Maelstrom Nebula. Okay, so Terror 5. First, you must find a way to navigate the... Okay, so Terror 5 goes first, Maelstrom Prison goes second. Well, at least do them in order of the story, even though we won't be able to see the story. So what is the weekly weekly track, does that give you... Oh, excuse me. Does that give you bonus? Is it like achievements? Is it quest log? Or are you going to throw me a tune in to find out? If we get the combat droid in this, we're going to tear through it. I can't remember if we do for this one or not. Oh, we do. Awesome. We're going to be a menace. We're going to have a tank, a healer, and a DPS. The droid can be all three, but we'll rely on the droid to heal us. Wow, those... Actually, that sounds not too bad. Peaking a little high on the game audio. That ship is noisy.
Well done. You've successfully infiltrated Taral 5.
That's the
Imperials think you're just
Yotag or
another
Yetag
bringing
or...
supplies. I'm transmitting coordinates to an Imperial security outpost. Take control there and contact me from the fortress's network. We'll handle the rest.
Oh, okay, that's cool. All right, let's see, which way do we want to play this? Let's play Skippy.
There's an Imperial patrol up ahead. Discourage them from warning the outpost.
Or do we want to get the bonus stuff? Let's get complete. We'll do this bonus stuff. Alright, here we are. Ooh, look at all that camera shake. Holy cow. No, no, no. Don't go after Bessie. She's my friend. It's unacceptable. Okay, so no kill achievement. So we are going to just concentrate on we'll skip the fights if we can. But we will get the bonus items. I don't remember. Oh, we need this. I may have missed one. Hopefully not. I don't remember this fight. We don't have to do it. So you notice there's not a... like our missions are up there, so... Alright, one thing we do want to check here though, and I can't imagine I haven't completed the achievements on this, but before we go any farther... Oh, it's actually lower than I thought, but that's because I just haven't done master mode. So I've got everything done there. Alright, so no need to fight a boss if we're not going to get an achievement for it. We'll just happily skip our way through the encounters. That makes sense, yeah. Now, do dailies contribute to the weekly? Or are they completely separate?
So you can focus on taking control and accessing their network.
Like for me, when I'm running those dailies, you get credit for the daily itself, But then if you do enough of the dailies, they all add up to completing a weekly of dailies. And you can get the dailies obviously daily. That's why the name, but the weekly. I think it's funny because they're named dailies and weeklies now, but they've updated the system, so I think you can do the weeklies twice in the week. Okay, separate. So technically I can do the dailies every day, and then the weeklies, I think you can do all of them twice in a week now. But that's not how it was originally designed. Okay. I think this boss we essentially have to fight because we have to go in that building. Now I suppose if you were stealth, can I force camouflage on this guy? Or is that the DPS? I think it's the DPS. Yeah, I don't think the tank has that. But yeah, you could probably stealth by this guy. Just go inside and do the mission.
Take prisoners here.
Bessie is just over there fighting by herself, taking care of Ripper. Me and the other droid are over here. There we go. Come to us. Join the party. Stun!
Hit them with all you've got.
Bye, Ripper. There we go. So yeah, we really just need to click on this. So
There is.
alright, we definitely aren't going to get that bonus done. Defeat jungle beasts. We skipped so many of them. And we are going to continue to skip. And that's
A
okay.
rain of fire is coming. The scarred man's hatred burns everything.
I think those guys we aggroed are going to chase us through the whole level here. I may be making a mistake here. Okay, same thing here. There's a boss. I don't know. We're not quite where I think I am yet.
You have a debt to settle. It will be paid in blood.
So there's a boss in here that is, again, not required. You can just jump over here and skip it. So, because the objective isn't to kill that boss, the objective is to get to the next thing. And so as long as you do that, you are good to go.
Good and evil will both die.
Same thing even on this boss, right? Like, if you're stealth and can get by it, or not stealth, we got by him anyway. Okay, so let's see. I don't know how much of what we just drug along with us is going to get to us. Our best bet here may be to just die. Let's see, can I click this in combat? Maybe it'll trigger the next part. Nope, not eligible. Alright, so there's one droid coming in. If everything we aggroed all the way here is going to run to us, we may just have to go outside and let the boss kill us. That way we drop combat. We'll see here. If they're not, if they finally gave up, we'll be okay. Yep, they did. Cool. So we're not in combat anymore.
You
Kill range.
do my best.
He's a recurring character per se. You run into him on, I know on the S list, I think, is he Black Talon as well? I can't remember. Actually, I was negligent in my tanking duties. I went and killed all the ads. So they're randomized. Sorry, I missed that one. But are there only so many of them? So once you've done it enough times that you're like, oh yeah, it's this one. Or is it like the mission is to fight, but it's always going to be a random spot of enemies or... Let's go this way. Nope, I almost was able to do it without full aggro on that guy. Sith Dominator. Alright, I'll tank the dude. You guys take care of the ads. Good job, Bessie. Holy cow. She tore them up. I don't know why I just had a habit leapt to that enemy. We might have been able to skip it. Do we have to go up there and click on something? I feel like we do. Defeat General... My memory tells me that we had to go up here. Click on this. Oh no, that's just a research station, so that's if I'm still chasing the bonuses, which I all but gave up on when we started just running through enemies. Maybe I'm thinking about the Imperial side. I thought this was where you had to go up and get the hyperspace maps. I may be confusing a couple of different encounters. That is entirely possible. Kind of like the old expanded universe days of Star Wars, where I had read all the books that they had put out at one time. Not caught up anymore. And so I knew all the stories, but if somebody asked me where that story took place, I wouldn't be able to remember. I just know it as the universe. Not necessarily as X happened in this book. It all was just kind of a big blurred thing for me. Another Sith Dominator. Dominators are dinosaurs. Boom. So this, especially with the droid, this falls into that category of mindless destruction. It is part of the gaming psyche, though, right? To be the ultra powerful. Is there another terminal up there? Is Bessie stuck at the door? No, no, see. Yeah, I think she's stuck. Hopefully she can catch up. If you get far enough away, they'll teleport to you. There we go. 2 Sith Dominators. Dominators everywhere. They're dominating. Yeah, that makes sense on the system's design. Okay, this fight we actually have to do now. So the objective is to fight this guy. Alright, let's see. Let's turn Bessie loose on a turret. I'll take out the other turret.
For the Emperor.
She's quicker than I am. Alright, Bessie, take that turret out. I kept up with her that time. I am a tank and she's DPS, so she should be out DPS.
Execute attack button Sigma. Take them down.
Alright, Bessie, you take those 2 out over there. I'll get these 2. We'll meet at the boss. Ha! Pulled aggro off the
I will not lose this
droid.
base. I'll kill you myself if I have to.
Well, you're kind of locked in combat with me. I don't know what other resolution you think is going to happen here.
This is my battlefield, scum. You only leave it in a bag.
Oh. Such threats. And you shall refer to me as Jedi scum.
Doesn't matter. Kilran's bringing the walls down.
Oh, this is, I think, where I was thinking of. Yeah, this is the thing that we need, I think.
Republic butchers, you've invaded a sovereign imperial world, slaughtered dozens of innocents to what? Steal our research? This facility is on a mission of peace. We're charting the Maelstrom Nebula for the good of all.
You have warships in orbit and battalions on the surface. If this is your version of a peace mission, you're doing it wrong.
We knew once you discovered our research you'd attempt to steal it, and here you are. When the rest of the galaxy hears of this unprovoked assault, the Republic's evil will finally be exposed.
The Republic's evil.
It will surprise no one when the Jedi are revealed as warmongers. All you've ever sought is my culture's extermination.
Save your accusations. Gree technology isn't easy to come by. Where did the Empire find it?
Darth Malgus obtained the computer during an expedition to the Outer Rim. I don't know more than that, and I don't care. You're condemning hundreds of civilian science vessels exploring the Maelstrom Nebula. Electromagnetic radiation alters the safe navigation routes every moment.
Care.
Without precise and timely coordinates from the Gree
Maybe more
computer,
entitlement.
thousands of good people, innocent scientists, will be trapped there forever.
The Republic doesn't leave civilians to die. Transmit fresh coordinates to your science vessels and order them home. Then, the computer's ours.
But our research, all that dangerous exploration will have been for nothing without a complete map. Transmitting the coordinates now. The computer is yours. I hope it breaks the first time you use it.
You better run. Back talking to a Jedi.
Come in. Repeat, come in. My fleet's taking heavy losses and the fortress defenses are crumbling. There's no more time. Take the computer to the fortress shuttle bay. You can fly out in one of their ships. We'll rendezvous in Republic space. Now, go!
Thanks, Oteg. Oh, what do we want? Those are more valuable. Oh, what do we get? Another computer desk. Never have too many of those. I have 5. My guild has 14 somehow. We must have used them for something. Alright. Is that it? Is it done? Yeah, we got credit for it, so guess we'll just exit. Actually, let's check. Oh, there's the exit. So let's see if this puts us up on the ship. So these missions run out of one of the 2 ships around fleet. So it might put us there. Yep, so we are on the Talos. You got the Gav Daragon. And this is fleet. This is where you normally go. But these 2 ships do have missions and stuff on them. So if we wanted to then go over there, that should be the Maelstrom prison. Yep, so there's the Maelstrom prison. We're going to do it through here though, because I know this version will give us the combat droid. I think if we talked to them and got the story version, it would as well. But I don't remember. Board Maelstrom prison in the shuttle. So I wonder if you're playing through the story, if you come back here or if you just go directly to the next one. I can't remember. Because the dialogue says to board the shuttle and go, but maybe that's just to get out. That is pretty cool.
The enemy on a calf brick. Prison defenses might as well be made of flimsoplast. Find the security control center. Deactivate the internal safeguards. The computer system will reveal the Jedi prisoner's location. Our fleet will move in and provide any support you need. Good luck.
Thank you for the debrief. Alright, this one I don't think there's near as many skipping bits. That last one we skipped a lot of fights, bosses. We could have skipped all but one. We ended up fighting 2. Just because we didn't have stealth. Well, that was quite a welcoming party there. They were all over the place. What do we have? 8 consoles, 12 stockpiles, kill 100 people. Can't decide. Should we complete bonuses or not? Just kick it. That's a good idea. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, that's just stage 1. can't remember if like we're gonna kill 100 anyway, so we won't go out of our way. Like I didn't fight that droid. Didn't fight that droid. A lot of these just to get through we're gonna have to fight. So we'll fight our way through. See what we end up with. Knock me back. What do you think? Well, team, I don't know if that was most effective. We all three were fighting something different. We're not focusing our fire. Let's get on the same page. Wow, I can't get to that. That was horrible. So far, lots of knockback. At least from the harder enemies. The strongs and the elites. I love the Star Wars universe. I don't think it's just Star Wars. You shove your lightsaber through something, it's going to do damage. I don't know if the whole thing would blow up. It's right up there with movie physics. You shoot a car, it blows up. I don't know if I can get by him or not. Yeah, I didn't think so. Lightsabers? The Guild Wars? That doesn't sound right. I mean, I'm not saying you're lying, I'm just saying. Is there an in-universe reason why that is a true thing? Or is it a suspend your disbelief and enjoy the glowing laser sword? Are you just trying to get me to play the game? Is that what it is? I see how you are. Just tempting. You know, we have lightsabers. Next thing you're going to tell me I can transfer my SWTOR character over. Hollowsmith, nice, that's cool. Actually, that does sound kind of like a cool concept. Hollowsmith. I like it.
The Star Man followed you. Hatred. Master Ote in flames. Mercy is the Jedi's defense.
So that is Jedi Entity is who is sending the lines. I do like universes that kind of mix things, right? Like, it is one of the things I always liked about the Shadowrun universe. You know, you've got magic, you've got hacking, you've got combat, all kind of interrelated. And the systems are designed in such a way that you kind of have to choose a path. Because if you want to be magic driven, there's like a, I don't know what they call it, like essence or something like that, that is life force essentially. But if you start augmenting yourself with technology, you lose that, which makes your magic less effective. So you can't just be a I'm going to be great at everything character. Right? You have to kind of decide which path you want to go down. I always played the tech characters. Deckers, I think is what they called them in Shadowrun. And if I remember right, as a Decker, you could go more of a hacking route, but also you could go controlling bots and turrets and stuff. So almost like little companions. Been a long time since I've looked at anything in Shadowrun, though, so I believe those memories are true. So yeah, I would guess Shadowrun. I'd put Shadowrun as maybe top 5 universes. I like the Shadowrun universe. Hard to beat Star Wars, but Star Wars isn't for everybody. Alright, this boss on the harder levels is brutal. At least from my memory. If I remember right, he has this like cyber eye deal thing going on, and it would charge up, and it probably is still going to happen. But if you didn't line of sight break from him, I don't know if it would one-shot you, but it was pretty nasty. We're just going to tank and spank him. So we'll see if he casts it or not. It might still do some damage. Wrist lasers, not that. That probably is not going to do anything. There we go. So when you saw he's charged his optical implants, everybody would run. So he did 25% damage in story mode. So yeah, that thing would hit hard. So basically what you did, you run and you hide behind these consoles. And if you broke line of sight, then he wouldn't hit you with it. At least that's my memory. Of the master mode version. So there's the charge. See if I can hold aggro when he fires it. Nope, combat droid took it back from me.
They always do.
They'll rebuild me. They always do. What a... Oh, I don't know. Prophetic sad line. What is the... Is it Greek mythology? The character that perpetually has to push the stone up the hill for all eternity? Kind of felt like that. They'll rebuild me. They always do. Yeah, so I've played the video games, couple PC ones. There used to be some on the Genesis and Super Nintendo. The Genesis, they were different. It was very interesting. They actually were completely different games. I liked the Genesis one. It was really good. I have a Shadowrun source book over on my shelf, but it is probably at least 20 years old. So I would hope, but guarantee that the system has been updated since then. But I didn't get deep enough into it. Like I said, I have the one core source book is all I ever had for Shadowrun. And I don't know if I've ever played the pen and paper. It was only once. So I think I bought it just because I wanted to read it. Alright, well, we finished that stage. Now what? Defeat the Unleashed Beasts 30. Okay, so we didn't go out of our way chasing fights, and we still hit the 100. Which lets you know just how many enemies are in this flashpoint. And we're still fighting them. Now again, this content was originally designed for groups of 4. So the fact that we're technically a group of 3, I guess. With my 2 droids. Bessie and combat support droid. Couldn't even give him a cool name. Don't think we can sneak by that fight. Well, we wouldn't want to anyway, because there were 2 beasts in that. Sith Warden and Sith Tormentor. Alright, so let's keep our eyes open for Unleashed Beasts. Don't see anything on the sides. They'll probably count. 3 elites. Come to me, melee. There, that's what I was thinking of, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a trope, right? Like that. Whether it's the victim of your own success version or the, you know, I cut a deal that I can't get out of. I was released from prison, so now I have a debt to pay. Or in the case in this one, like, they just keep sending you out there and you get killed, and they revive and cyber you up so that you have to just keep doing it over and over again. It's a good archetype for stories. Alright, well, so far we've been chasing bonuses in this fight, or this version, so let's just pull them all. Everybody come to us. Party over here at the combat droid. Actually, I wonder if we can do, there is a big beast bonus boss on this. I don't know if it's available in story mode or not. We will find out. Oh, wasn't quite close enough. Alright, 2 more of those. 3 more of the consoles. We're just destroying everything in this prison. That'd be easier just to blow the whole thing up later. Instead of kicking each individual thing. 22 of 30 so far. Now, if I remember right, if you are if you don't have enough of those in this fight, he spawns beasts, and I think these guys count. So theoretically, if you just let this fight go longer, I think you could farm them in here. But I think there's more coming, so I don't think you'd have to. I haven't attacked the main boss yet. The 2 droids have done all the work. Alright, enter the chamber.
Losers Nova and Varstar. Pull in the rear guard. The enemy's taking the bait.
I don't... Oh yeah, this is the bonus boss, I think, area. I think it's that circle. So up here on the map, so up and around the corner, I believe. If my gaming memory serves me right. Now again, I don't know if we can do it or not in story mode. But I think I see the top of his head down there, though. I think that's him right there. I see Kolto stations. Oh, I see things. Click on. Override the containment. Yeah, so we can do the bonus boss. Alright. So the first run we went speed run, the second run we're doing completionism. A little bit of both in today's Flashpoint runs. Clear the rest of these guys. The other console over there? No, that's cold toy. That's cold toy. That one's a containment. It should be 3 of 4. I think I missed one up here. Yeah, this is a good place to put it. I'd want to be this guy. I wouldn't want to be the person fighting way down there. Or having to do the console that's on this side. Because that could happen. Ancient Maelstrom Flayer. Come on, tough guy. Probably can't be stunned. Yeah, I didn't figure so. Bosses often have immunity to stuns and even like roots and stuff like that. He's no pushover. Even in story mode. See if the droid heals himself. Ooh. That's a hitbox. Look how far back we're standing. How far does it say he is? It says he's 0 meters from us at that point right there. So his attack hitbox is quite a bit larger than his actual physical range. Here, droid, I'll help you out. No, droid, don't go up there. Ugh, hopefully he doesn't reset. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pull him down here. I'm a tank. I can taunt. Come on. Come to me. I don't think he would reset, but it's a possibility, and I don't want to risk it. Oh, we're back in the same boat. Come back down here. They're gonna kill him in all this taunting. There we go. Good job, guys. Oh, what did we hit? Like, probably 8,000 tech fragments? Yep. Almost 9,000. Alright, moving on. What do we have left? We gotta blow stuff up. So the staged bonus mission was for that bonus boss. Now we just have to kick some things and poke our lightsaber through some things. Genuinely be a nuisance. Alright, well, technically don't have to take this fight.
The Emperor will make me a Darth for this.
Let's see if I remember the mechanics of this.
Try not to make this too easy, will you?
I can't remember. There was a pattern that you had to fight the bird thing in him. But I don't remember what it was, or if you had to kill them at the same time, or fight one before the other. There's a strategy for it. I just don't have. It's been so long since I've done this on Master
It is
Mode.
impossible. I had a destiny.
You might have. Maybe your destiny is now fulfilled, my friend.
Draw the enemy fleet into the maelstrom.
Just not in the way you thought it was
Buy your
going to be.
friends more time.
This is definitely one of the longer flashpoints. Alright, let's see if we can sneak by these guys or not. Nope. I can do this though. Oh, I pushed him right into the railing. Big old Jedi fail. Oh, if I still had my push, I think I have another one. It's on 32-second cooldown. You would have been going for a ride, my friend. You would have been against that wall. I wasted it. One more of those, and one more of the others.
Otek lives to fight another day.
I think that's the end.
Cowardice, of course. Now you're all alone. There won't be much left after he's finished. Pity I so enjoy.
I like that they put healing stations here. 3 elites is a rough fight, or could be. This is when I do enjoy being a tank. It might take us longer to get through the fight, but we're probably not going to be defeated. Alright, I think there's more things out here. Yep, so that'll finish our defense consoles. And then we need one more of the kicky things. The only downside to, not only downside, but a downside to running with the combat droid. He pulls aggro off me so much that, like, this right here will trigger all the time if I'm taking damage. Like, I can almost spam that. But with the droid pulling aggro off of me, it's not hitting as much. I mean, don't get me wrong, much easier to do this with the droid, so it's worth it. The other thing, if I really wanted to, is I could spec over into DPS and just run as a DPS instead with the droid. Yeah, do I have DPS gear in this guy? No, I don't even have a set of DPS gear. Well, that's way too bright. Light's feeling a little dim today. There it came. Knew there was a knockback coming. I think that's another console over there, so there's plenty of those. He looked right at us and was like, nope. No thank you. I will pass on that. Thank you very much. Maybe we missed one. Because we're only at 11. We're not going back. Alright, I will look out in this room. If there's one in this room, we'll do it. But I didn't see any. Nope. Oh well. I mean, all we'd get is a little bit of Conquest and maybe some credits. So. No biggie. Yeah, the different hilts have different sounds. I don't know. It should be the same one I've always used on this guy, but
one Republic operative, it almost strains credulity.
My lord, I promise to rid you of this nuisance. This embarrassing farce ends here.
Securing the Emperor's prisoner is your only priority. Deal with this annoyance another time.
There's no time like the present, my lord. I'll accomplish both objectives.
Shut up already.
No matter how good you think you are, it won't be enough.
Jedi, always full of confidence.
You know it.
Until you burn a hole through them.
The Empire salutes you, Grand Moff Kilran. I leave you to reclaim your honor.
Glory to the Empire!
That was just a... You ain't gonna make it out of this statement. Alright, so this is actually an interesting encounter. Because the way you're supposed to do it is you can see him down there at the end, and he would have like this high-powered laser attack. The combat droid's kind of taking care of it for us. So you'd have to work your way up and hide behind these pillars, right? In between attacks and stuff like that to try to... Otherwise, he would either... It's that snipe right there. I can't remember if it knocked you back or just did so much damage that you can't just run up on him, right? So you'd have to... So there's to be sniped, you'd have to like line of sight the shot and then work your way up and basically try to get up to him to do damage. Obviously it was easier ranged because you could just poke out and shoot at him. And then you push him hard enough that he then jumps to his next station. So flashbang, there we go. And then now you do kind of the same thing. Now he's down there, and again you work your way towards him. Our movement has been slowed, and so it's kind of like a little bit of hide and seek, cat and mouse, dodging type of thing. And if you got caught out in the open and targeted, you would then all but be dead. So that's the way the encounter is supposed to work. In story mode, he's not doing enough damage for that to matter. Alright, if you want to know or not know the results of this story,
so much left to conquer.
I'll give a spoiler. There's a reveal coming in this conversation. So just be aware of it. We're about to reveal who the Jedi prisoner, lost Jedi person is. So if that's something you don't want to know, come back in 3 minutes. It'll be short.
Where? What's happened? I can feel... No. No! What have you done? There's nothing to restrain him now.
You're welcome, jerk.
Leaving you here wouldn't be much of a rescue. The Republic needs your help to defeat the Empire.
The Force is strong in you. Stronger than I felt in a long time. And there is another.
Your strength fails. You must be free, or all is lost.
You should be one with the Force. Finally at peace.
No peace while you suffer. The Emperor drowns you in black waters.
Here, I'll shut these off so you can see the whole thing.
Darth Revan again. Serve him as I did centuries ago.
You served the Emperor? Doesn't that make you a Sith?
When I fell to the dark side, I became his pawn, sent to wound the Republic. The Jedi destroyed and rebuilt me. I led my allies to the galaxy's edge to destroy the Emperor. We didn't understand his true power. I lost everyone, betrayed from within. The Emperor imprisoned me, kept me alive with Sith alchemy, used me.
You aren't the only one who's lived much longer than normal. How old is the Emperor? How does he survive?
He's seen the passage of millennia. His will to live outstrips age, disease, death itself. The Emperor used me as his link to the light side of the Force, the Jedi Order. Through me, he saw visions. But that same link also gave me influence. I convinced the Emperor peace was in his best interest. Tempered his hate.
The peace is lost. The Emperor makes his final war. Stop him. Flee this place while you can. Use the enemy's vessels.
Thank you, old friend. I will finish what we started.
He just wanders away. Alright, couple of things here, just mechanics-wise. If you are doing... I think it's the HK quest on... Is it Section X? I think it's Section X. And you need a support, or one of the parts. I believe it's in here. You click on this to get it. So you actually have to run this flashpoint to get that part before you exit. So make sure you click on it right there. The chances that you're watching this video and need that part are probably pretty low, but it is worth mentioning. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, if they kept him alive. Yeah, I don't know anything that much about him, at least in game-wise, outside of that opening cutscene. I'm sure Wikipedia has all kinds of stuff on him. Probably has a whole backstory. Oh, right. That should complete 2 that we needed. Let's take stock. So again, we got 6 of 7 done. Those are the DVL bosses. That's PvP. That's running a bounty. That is a lair boss. And that is crafting. And we're not going to bother with any of those. But that does put us at 74. So we only need 26 more. And again, we have 100 days to do that. So they extended this season. I think it was supposed to end right around the end of the year. But then they extended it into, or maybe early next year. But they did extend it. Okay, decoration. Let's do a little gear sorting here. Okay, let's see. Cosmetic. That's gear. I probably can't do anything with that. So this is where systems complexity starts to kick in, because they actually have rebuilt the system in such a way that you're supposed to get gear drops that are your level. But you'll see here we've got 3 pieces of gear that are 78, which are probably linked to one of the flashpoints. So you have 3 things going on here. You've got this gear, which is a new system that they added. That's not a bad looking set of gloves. Look at that dude. Really incredible Hulk. So that gear system, loot system, exists. You've got this, which is probably from the original game, and you got this, which is from the current way you gear up. So you got kind of 3 gear systems all in play here. I'm going to guess that we're going to be able to deconstruct these and not these. Yeah, so these aren't high enough level to trigger this system, which is the deconstruction system. Not my name. They named it. And then that gives us our fragments and things like that, which link into that system. So yeah, lots of different levels of things going on there. 15,000 repair. So we're just going to sell these. All right, let's see what this gives us. These are all just crafting materials. So you notice that they're not showing up. Those are going directly to in our crafting inventory. Hey, John, good to have you with us again. Always good to see a face that's been in here before. Yeah, so for Extra Life, my Saturday streams are always Extra Life. So I do that. I try to do it every Saturday. Occasionally I'll miss one throughout the year. And then Oh, let's look at the calendar. Right around the end of December, I'll usually call it at some point. So, I don't know this year. 21st and 28th, neither one of those really interfere with Christmas and the holidays. And then we start over in January. So January 1st, everything resets back to 0. But oftentimes that first or second Saturday of the year, I don't stream. And then, but then after that, it's every Saturday. And then obviously last week was game day. That was the 24-hour one. We only do that once a year. Sometimes I'll do a longer Thanksgiving stream. And then Tuesday, I'm debating on maybe doing a bonus Extra Life stream to try to get people to donate, because Tuesday is my birthday. And so a good birthday present would be to donate to Extra Life. So I might do a Tuesday stream this week. I haven't decided yet which way that one's going to go. I'm going to stream either way on Tuesday. I just haven't decided if I'm going to link it to Extra Life or not. It's pretty similar. Yeah. So it uses the tried and true tab targeted Holy Trinity MMO system, right? So, you know, you tab or you target and all of your skills go to that person. There's some line of sight and things like that you do in combat, but for the most part, you just have to worry about aggro range and your weapons range. And then it's Holy Trinity, tank, healer, DPS. And this one doesn't stray too far from that. The mechanics of the Old Republic are very, very classic MMO inspired. Differences you'll run across obviously is, you know, you've got melee and ranged, changes things a little bit. Some classes are a little bit hybrid. Like, so this class is pure tank. My commando that I play a lot of is DPS, but you can also be a healer on that class if you choose to be. But even if you're the DPS, you actually have a couple of heals that you can use. You also have heavy armor. So, but they probably do a little bit less DPS. Your lighter armored, non-healing versions do a little bit more. But yeah, for the most part, it is very, very classic MMO. They're not really pushing the boundaries on anything. There's two things I like about the game. One, I'm a Star Wars nut. So Star Wars is a big part of it. If you can't tell by, just everything. And two, I love breaking down game systems, but sometimes it's nice just to go to a system that is just core. It is what it is, and you don't have to think too much about it. And that way I can turn on escapism and just go into the Star Wars universe and live there for a while. And that's not too bad either. So yeah, absolutely. This is my fourth year of raising money. I think I've signed up for 6, and I've made money in 4. We are sitting right now. Let's get an update. So we're at 1,904 for the year. Let's see. Let's go over to our progress. There's our progress. Nope, that's the scroll. I want this one. There we go. Yeah, 1,904 out of 3,500. And let's check a couple of our milestones that are coming up. So let's see, 2,500. Do I have this calculated correctly? Where's the total? So if I hit 2,768 this year, so what do we have? 864? 864 more. So if I can get 864 by the end of the year, that'll get me to 10,000 in lifetime donations to Extra Life. So, and then again, that's over the 4 years that we've been playing. So yeah, it's a good charity. Helping sick kids and their families, definitely a worthwhile cause. All right, so we have one desk. Oh, we got an Imperial and a Republic. So, and I have 5 of each. So I've probably run these two the equal number of times. Yeah, so Kyler, you make a good point. When they built this game, and again, the game's coming to, was it year 14, something like that. The story was the number one thing. They wanted to tell a story. It is very, you could make a case that it is KOTOR 3, right? Knights of the Old Republic 3. But yeah, story was their main thing. So the combat is very traditional. Yeah, I like heavy weapons. So my commando uses a big assault cannon. Looks like Jesse Ventura from... He doesn't look like Jesse Ventura from Predator, but same kind of weapon. Yeah, I know a few people that pulled the 24s. They're rough. I hit 25 just because I wanted to finish up the thing I was doing. So yeah, I started just after midnight on Friday night last week and went to a little after 1 in the morning on Sunday morning. So we did all of Saturday. I've done the 24 hours a couple of times. I've done 12 a couple of times. I accidentally did 6 on Thursday, but that wasn't on purpose. So yeah, it's not too bad. I was careful about it. Like, I did my normal sleep routine on Thursday night, got up, worked on Friday, got all my work done, and then as soon as work was over, I went ahead and, I guess you could call it a nap. It was 4 or 5 hours. I slept on Friday afternoon into the night, and then got up at like, I think 9:30 or 10, and then got everything set up and then streamed. So it wasn't too bad. I can go that long every once in a while. So, but yeah, it's worth it for charity. Normally these streams, like, we're probably going to wrap up here. They're 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes they creep up depending on what we're working on, but so yeah, that's what Extra Life is. Definitely a worthwhile cause. I'm also a believer, just having some game dev background, that any chance I can get to show the game community, gaming culture, the game industry can give back and make a positive change, I think is worth doing. There's 2 terms that you'll hear sometimes, games for change and games for good. I'm definitely a believer in those general concepts, right? This idea that culturally, society, gaming can be a very, very good thing. And so this is just an opportunity to show that, and to show that through gaming, we can actually make a difference in people's lives. So the hashtag that the Children's Miracle Network uses is called Change Kids Health. Make miracles happen is another one, the phrase they have, but it goes to help kids who unfortunately are going through things that no kid should have to go through. I have a personal tie to the Children's Miracle Network. My oldest had surgery and a few procedures done at our local hospital, Phoenix Children's, here in Arizona. So also being able to give back to that is cool. And it's not only just they do research stuff, they help pay for treatment, but they also help pay for all the little things that make a kid's experience better. So, the story I always tell is my oldest was 1 when he had his surgery, and they want the kids to feel as comfortable as they possibly can. So we have a little green, almost like Beanie Baby frog. I think his name is Smoochie. Something like that. He still lives on a shelf in my bedroom, right? Because it's what they gave him as, he was getting ready to go into his surgery, just to have something to comfort him. So all those little things make a difference in these kids' lives as they're going through sometimes the worst thing you could consider. So that's why we do it. And a lot of people that donate have similar stories. I'm fortunate that I had insurance and everything, and so we were able to pay for what we needed to pay for, but not everybody has that, or some people just need a little bit of help, and some people are going through far worse things than what my family had to go through. So that is my extra life story, is why I do it, and I get to play games. There's nothing wrong with that either. So okay, let's take stock. Where are we at? Did we make Conquest? We did not. That'll be the last thing we do on this character. So Defil made Conquest, but Palon has not. You will notice that we're at 91 here, but 105 here because we get a 15% bonus for the guild version. Okay, so we need less than 10,000. There's a couple things we could do here. We could run Rishi. We could just go kill things. That's worth 12,000 on a planet, on a starter planet. You know what? Let's stay in the mission mode. So we'll do a Rishi run. Rishi's pretty quick. Yeah, I would probably consider Zaximus is my commando. That's probably the closest thing I have to a main. That's the one that, if I'm going to play content that's like, especially for the first time, he's the one that I've probably played the most. This character is maybe number 2. This used to be my main when I was doing operations and raids and stuff. Let's see. He has 53 days, 20 hours, and 2 minutes of playtime on him. On this, just this character. That's not my account. I went through all my characters, or at least the ones I've played a lot, and added it up one time, and it frightened me. How many hours I have in the game. Again, it's over 13 years, so it's not crazy, but it's a significant amount of time. Some of it's idle, right? Like, it's how long I've been logged in, so that can vary a little bit. But okay, we need these guys. I challenge you.
You're
Boom.
dead.
No, pirates. There's another spawn of them. I challenge you as well.
Better start running.
I do not back down. Alright, so that's the end of that mission. Like I said, Drishi's pretty quick. The next one is just 2 conversations that are spaced apart by 5 minutes. So we come down here, we talk to this guy.
Ren Maru and his crew are waiting to hear your orders. What's it gonna be, boss?
Look for anyone in need and lend them a hand. No charge.
Doing good ought to help your stand-in with the residents around here.
Alright, so that's gonna start a 5-minute timer. You can see right there. But you don't have to stand here and wait. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the next area. We'll do this area over here. About the time we get done with this area, we'll be right at 5 minutes. And then we'll pop back over here because we have to turn in this next mission right outside the cantina anyway. So it's kind of just works out. Now, I am a Conquest person who likes to try to maximize. So there is 12,500 Conquest points available for getting 75 defeated enemies on the planet. So what we're going to do is just one-shot all these crabs because they count. So why not? Wow, I didn't pull aggro on those guys as I blew through them on my speeder. That's not good. Usually these guys will chase you over there and you can fight them at the same time you fight the other crabs. Alright, rock and roll. Yeah, the other reason I tend to play my commando is it's easier to play range than it is to play melee. It's just I just stand and shoot things. Although mobility isn't horrible in the game. You know, I can leap to things. Some of the tanks can pull things to them, which is nice. Alright, so there's 4,000 for the first 25. Now we need 50 more. Alright, so we have three of those little data terminals to scan here. Don't go too far into that. There's a sleeping Wampa right there. If you get too close to him, you'll pull aggro. If you want to, you can. He's an elite, right? So for speed and efficiency, why fight a hard creature when you can kill shore crabs? Somewhere along this path, you'll run into two of those jungle tongras, whatever they are. Little dinosaur-looking things. You can meet them, depends on where they are on their patrol path. You can meet them at different spots along the route here. Usually you can just drive by them. And they'll give up. They'll aggro you for a little bit. Sometimes you'll see them running down here. There they... Nope, that's not them. Or somebody killed them. That's also a possibility. Alright, so this is our last scan. Now we have to use our digger droid. So we are at 1 minute on the 5-minute timer. So I'm going to grab this spawn, and that spawn. And just drag them all to us. Nice part is they're melee, so they will come to us. And wipe them out. Down to 37 seconds. Alright, so we'll fire up our digger droid. And now it's just random. So we're at 20 seconds. If we didn't do the fighting, I think you could get this and get back before the 5 minutes is over. But I want the conquest points. So that one wasn't it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to work our way around. So there, that return, that's the end of that one. We'll work our way around until this goes green, essentially. It's just random. So we'll hit these piles. That's where it could be. Alright, so if we stand in between these two and fail, if it's in either one of these, we should get a indicator, hopefully. Probably not in either one of those. Alright, let's go over to this one then. I think I was close enough. We shall see. Alright, well that's happened, and let's send Bessie loose on those shore crabs. Alright, it's telling us it's that way, so it's either spawn has changed or we just weren't close enough to this one to get credit for it. There it is. So now this mission, it says return to Remalak, and he is standing just outside the cantina, which was the basement that we have to do that timed mission. So we'll go back there, we'll turn both of these in, and then we've got, is it one? Is it 2 or 3 missions up in the top? I think it's only 2. So we'll go outside first. Turn this one in.
I'm Remilok.
There we go.
My
We made
employer specializes
Conquest.
in data security. You ever need us, we're yours.
But completionism says we must finish the planet. Can't just walk away now. And then turn this quest in. So again, just 2 conversations on that. And then up to the north we go. Yeah, 2 dailies left, and then the weekly. Alright, let's bring the link back up. There we go. Alright, so what do we have left? We have the 50 defeated enemies we need to do. We need to get meat from the Groffits, so we'll pull these guys over to us. We're going to send our companion over to fight that guy. And now come back to us. Come to us, Bessie. Bring them all. I do like fighting melee things with a group of them. Oh, we accidentally killed that one. Alright, no yellows. We want yellow loot because that'll be the Groffit meat that we need. And let's go ahead and turn on this counter so we know how many we still need to fight. We have 33 out of 50. So we need 17 more. Alright, there's 2. Alright, so I usually pull these 3 spawns. One of the spawns was only a single. Oh, Bessie, come over here, fight this guy. So we'll pull these groups together. And we're running without a healer, so you want to be a little careful depending on what your build is. That got us to 45. We have 2 bosses to fight, so that'll get us to 47. So really we only need 3 more. But we still need Groffit. There we go. So that puts us at 47. There's a boss in here. If you get knocked into the... oh, what are they? Probably acid or toxic pools here. Let's use that one. It'll spawn an enemy. So if you are low, or you need an extra one, which we do need 1 extra, but I'm going to show you a different way to get that. Those will spawn a normal crab looking thing, if I remember right. Okay, so we have 1 boss left to fight, and we are at 48. I could have killed the jungle Groffits there, but I like to leave those in case somebody else is trying to get their quest done. But along this path, there's a single and a double. So depending on how many you have left, pick what you need, right? So I only need 1, so I'm going to take that fight. That puts us at 49. If I needed 2 or 3, I could have done them both. And then, again, there's another spawn down here. I'll take that one sometimes, because that's pretty far out of the way. Usually you don't need to use these to get the meat for the quest, because you've done it long before you get there. But our timing was actually pretty good. We only needed to kill the single to get to our 50, and that'll pop the second one of our defeat enemies. And now we just go back here where we started and turn these 2 quests in. And that's Rishi. Pretty straightforward. It is easier on a ranged character. Again, that's why I like to play my commando. Because although there's a lot of melee enemies in this one, which means they come to you, so it's not so bad. You don't have to chase them around too much.
The creature that preyed on Rishi is dead.
Oh, you bring most excellent news. Our fallen will glide.
I like that the sound fades out as you leave.
These are fine trophies. I acknowledge your skill in the hunt. The Slayers 3 have been bested. The honors and glory of the Spawn Nebula are yours. A good game until next year.
Or next week, or daily, if you want to do it. Alright. That gets us to Conquest. Let's check to see. I don't know if I'm going to make Guild Conquest, so there is an item that I have stored up that I'll sometimes use in this situation. I won't do it on stream, but I'll show it to you guys. So we are at 285. So if I got 15,000 more, actually I can get 115, I think. So I don't even need that. So what I'll probably do is grab 2 characters this week. I'll go over here. And I have, where are they? These here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 15 of these. And if I right click on this, it'll make Conquest. I'll get 100,000 Conquest with the 15,000 bonus. That's 230,000. And that'll be enough to push us over the 500. So if I don't make Conquest, I'll just use those up. It's not a horrible way to do it. All right, anything we want to keep? Nope, that's all going to get sold. So let's check. We got 2,500 in repairs. So we are at, is that 634? 634, 331. So 663. So, yep. Oh, and then we can sell that. We can sell that. We can sell that. Yeah, we made money on that run, so not a big deal. All right, Bessie. I wish you could, like in the story, there's a pet command. I wish that existed. I don't think there's a... Yeah, I can't type it, so... I wish you could still pet Bessie. She's a good companion. Ranks up there is probably in my top 3 for favorites, so... All right, everyone. As always, we thank you for your support, both for the channel and for the charity. Extra Life is a great cause, raises money for Children's Miracle Network. My local chapter is Phoenix Children's. So if you are willing and able, donations are always appreciated. You can donate 24/7. Doesn't have to be during the live stream, although an alert will pop up if you donate during the live stream. But if not, you can follow that link at any time. It's open whenever you are willing to donate. If you can't donate, I completely understand that as well. Any support is appreciated. So support of the channel, like, share, subscribe, tell other people about it, send people this way. You can share my link as well. If somebody else goes to that page, they can donate. And if you know somebody who likes to give to great causes, it is tax deductible. Send them my way. We're always looking to make new friends who are willing to help out the sick kids. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and call it a day for today. If you have any questions about SWTOR, the game, or the charity, feel free to drop it in the comments down below or hit me up on social media. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I think we're going to go back to Planet Base tomorrow and see if we can finish the Desert Starter World. We're really close. We have 3 milestones left, which I think we can knock out pretty easily. We've got most of our infrastructure in place. I think we're set up pretty good. So that's kind of the plan for tomorrow. And then next week, like I said, I'm not 100% sure what next week will bring, but probably a charity stream on Tuesday. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Until I see you next time, as always, go watch, play, or create something great, and we'll catch you later.